Okay, so in this video we're going to be doing our predictions for episode 14 of The Walking Dead Season 7 titled The Other Side. So as always, we're going to go over the sneak peek and the promo. This episode, I must say, I'm really looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to it. I don't know why I am. It's unpredictable, basically. It's something very different. Even though it's focused on the hilltop, and it's kind of weird saying that you're looking forward to an episode focused on just the hilltop, and characters like Sasha and Rosita. If you told me that last season, I'd be like, that episode's gonna be boring as shit, because I've only just started to like Sasha. So I would have said this episode's been horrible, but I'm really excited for this episode. I'm really excited to see what happens.
I think it's the last time we're going to see Sasha alive with the group, mate. I think the end of this episode, she's going to get captured, basically, and then we're not going to see her until the finale. That's my prediction right there. The sneak peek with Enid, we'll go over that right now. The sneak peek with Enid, to me, seems like a goodbye.
It does.
Right away.
We still did in our last video where it was Sasha or Rosita. We done a video on that, so if you haven't seen that, go and check out. We basically both agreed that everything's pointing towards Sasha, and this is just literally another thing. This sneak peek is basically her saying goodbye. She even passes something over. And we know whenever it comes to Walking Dead and someone passes something over, it's usually because they're about to die.
And what she's passing over is what Abraham had. It was the fire engine light that broke in season 5. Rosita made that headlight, the broken, smashed up headlight, into a necklace for Abraham. Abraham gave it to Sasha. Now Sasha's gonna give it to Enid. It just seems like a goodbye. I mean, but is it too obvious? Put your thoughts down below. I think it's too obvious that Sasha's gonna die.
It is, yeah.
Now, especially if you're a comic reader. I mean, it just seems like too obvious. I don't know. I'll be very shocked if Rosita is the one to die and Sasha lives. But I don't know. At the same time, I really don't want Sasha to die. But for the show,
I think it would be good for the show.
For the show, them deaths make good things happen. It makes powerful scenes. The actors shine.
Makes a great episode.
It does. It does make a great episode because you're drawn in and your emotion to it. You know.
We have Enid telling Sasha, "I'm going to tell Maggie in 10 minutes," and it's up to you whatever you're doing that time. So obviously they have to be gone within those 10 minutes. But she's obviously going to tell Maggie. This is if it will be Sasha that dies, Maggie's going to be heartbroken because that is her best friend.
Yeah.
She's lost fucking everything at this point. If it is Sasha, so I kind of really do feel sorry for her. So the other sneak peek shows Rosita and Sasha actually going ahead with a plan. It looks like they've actually come up with something. Like they come up with some sort of strategy. It's not just running blast. Like they've actually come up with something. They set a car on fire to draw walkers away over to the gate so then they can get in.
I think this is one of the reasons why I'm really looking forward to the episode, to be honest, because we're gonna have scenes that are really, I suppose you could say, emotional, because a part of you feels like it's gonna be the last time Sasha or Rosita are with someone.
One of them will die.
One of them, yeah. But at the same time, we're seeing them go ahead with some plan that's super interesting. The outcome is not going to end well, but it makes great TV, doesn't it? So I think the episode overall is going to be really interesting. We also see a lot of Jesus. There's been screenshots, there's been pictures of the episode that have, I think AMC have released, where you see Jesus and Maggie, and a few pictures with them actually, which I'm really excited for because I love their friendship. There's something about those two.
It is. In the comics, it's amazing.
It is, yeah. And obviously, I'm a massive, massive fan of Jesus. I mean, I love that character. So I'm so happy he's finally back.
So Sasha and Rosita, that plan is not all they're going to be focusing on in this episode. They're also going to be focusing on Stephen Ogg, Simon, coming with the Saviours to Hilltop and looking for Daryl. And for some reason, they seem to be positive that they're there, that Daryl is at the Hilltop. And I think we also get Gregory that's going to rat the group out because he says someone else might take over and you don't know what they're going to plan, basically. You don't know how bad their plan is. And then you hear Simon say, who?
Or is he ratting out Maggie? Because he kind of probably feels threatened she's going to take over. Remember, they don't even know Maggie's alive as well. So there's Daryl and Maggie there. That's why you see them.
And Sasha. They don't know Sasha's alive.
Exactly. Either. No, they don't. That's why I think you see Maggie and Daryl. They're running away.
Yeah, they're hiding together.
Yeah, they're hiding together. And I think at this moment, Sasha and Rosita are away. They've probably gone to the sanctuary. I like how that works out. You've got Simon at the hilltop with Gregory, Jesus, Maggie, Enid, and then you've got Sasha and Rosita who are actually on their way to the sanctuary to take out Negan.
It's going to be interesting to see how Daryl's going to avoid the Saviours. There's only so many places you can hide. How's he gonna? He's gonna have to be Super Metal Gear Solid in this episode and start sneaking around and fucking crawling on the floorboards and stuff like that, because the hilltop there's not really many places to hide. They're gonna search everywhere, so he's going to have to be very careful. And plus, it's not like Maggie can distract him or anything like that, because she's also hiding from them as well. Like, it's not just Daryl who's hiding, it's Maggie as well.
You know what that means though, don't you? Ninja Jesus. He's probably going to be the one to...
Of course,
you know what he's like, don't you? He's just...
I actually forgot about Jesus.
He's one sneaky little bastard. So he's not obviously, I think, help out Daryl and Maggie, help them hide and stuff. He's just a master at it, I guess.
Yeah.
But this is one of the reasons why I'm looking for this episode. I can't predict that part. Like, I know, I just have a feeling Jesus is going to be the one to help out Maggie and Daryl.
Yeah, because you done it before.
Yeah, but I don't know what's going to go on between Simon and Gregory. Like, I kind of get the feel that Gregory is going to rat on Rick in a way, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, it can't be something too straight up, because otherwise they'll just go and either take out someone at Alexandria. So there's got to be some sort of twist to it.
Yes.
Maybe he doesn't rat out Rick. Maybe he rats out just Maggie, or something
maybe
like that,
he overhears something about Sasha and Rosita's plan, and then that fucks up,
gives him a heads
their
up.
plan in the end. Yeah, because when Sasha has got Negan in her sights, I don't know about you guys, but it just reminds me of season 3 when Merle was about to kill the governor.
Yeah.
And I said it in our last video. I see her about to shoot him, and something goes down, and it don't end well. And she gets captured by the Saviours. I don't think she'll die at that moment, but maybe she'll get captured by the Saviours. And that's just not going to end well, is it? At all. Some people are predicting that Sasha may accidentally shoot Eugene. Do not see that happening at all. It's just something I've just thought of right now. There's a lot of predictions going into this episode. Apparently, I don't know, are spoilers leaked? I don't know if spoilers are leaked or not. I bloody hope they ain't. But because most likely, when some big stuff happens in The Walking Dead, usually stuff is leaked. The Spoiling Dead leak it and stuff.
So hopefully nothing gets
which I can't stand spoilers. But if they are, just be careful on the internet, because I'm scrolling on Twitter now. Like nowadays,
cautiously,
I'm going very cautious. I'm not really that active in terms of reading tweets and that. So be very careful of the internet.
There's also a possibility that both of them might get captured, both Rosita and Sasha, and then a certain comic moment will happen, but with 2 characters instead. That would be interesting. That would be a good twist on things. Like, not saying they both die, but a certain, like, you can basically piece together what I'm saying. I don't want to give too many comic spoilers away, but you can try and piece together what I'm saying. That would be interesting. I think that would be more unlikely, because I don't see them letting one die and then letting the other go. Like, I don't see that happening.
Or maybe Sasha's plan goes ahead and she just shoots Negan right there and then. How uneventful would that be? Honestly, I mean, no one thinks that.
But there's not really much to predict in this episode. It's just going to be a bunch of Daryl being Metal Gear Solid, with Jesus helping him out with Maggie as well, trying to help those two out to hide from the Saviours. We have Gregory ratting on someone.
I think he's ratting out Rick, because with
Makes
Maggie,
no sense, yeah.
With Maggie, I don't think it would make that much sense in terms of story. Rick went to him and asked for help about we need to battle and all this, and then Jesus was agreeing with Rick in a way, but Gregory was just being a bit of an arse. So I think he's ratting out Rick.
It doesn't seem to be Maggie, yeah. Most likely he's Rick.
You're just going to hate Gregory more and more and more. Love the actor, love Xander Berkeley, but
the character he plays is an absolute
Gregory
dick,
is an absolute bastard.
So yeah, that's about it for our predictions really. Just going to be focusing on those two. It's going to be split in half. It's going to be half Sasha and Rosita going to take out Negan, and half Maggie and Daryl hiding. So tell us what you think of it down below, and whether or not you think Sasha's death is too obvious. Because right now, like I said, there's literally nothing pointing towards Rosita's death. Absolutely fuck all.
It does seem way too obvious.
And we only just watched this sneak peek where Sasha's given her basically like goodbye speech to Enid. We only just watched that just now, so it basically boosts it even more. It does
for that, giving her the necklace past Nova, and then when you think about back in previously the season, with Maggie talking to Enid about things passing on after death.
Yeah, exactly.
You've only got yourself to remember them by. All of that kind of talk they were going on about kind of will go into that eventually if Sasha does die. So
that's about it for this video. Hope you enjoyed. Leave it a like, share it around, and as always, cheers for watching.